You are here because Zion is about to be destroyed. Its every living inhabitant terminated, its entire existence eradicated.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Denial is the most predictable of all human responses. But rest assured, this will be the 6th time we have destroyed it, and we have become exceedingly efficient at it.
Back in June 11th, 1972, in the LA Times, the lead physicist for the RAND Corporation, he said that in 1972, the government had the technology to excavate tunnels across the United States and put maglev trains in that were capable of doing 10 to 14,000 miles an hour. Now, this is not science fiction. We have the capability to do it. These are U.S. patents by Los Alamos National Laboratories talking about thermonuclear boring machines that melt through rock just like you're taking a knife through butter. People keep thinking rock is hard, you have to break it down. That's what we've been misled to believe when it comes to tunneling.
Is there anything that actually says these are real thermonuclear boring machines?
I went to Bechtel in Las Vegas, Nevada, and put in Subterrane, which is what they called one of these, a Subterrane, into their computer system. These are images of the Subterrane being tested up at Los Alamos Scientific Laboratories. The actual boring tips get superheated and they melt through solid rock. There's no excavation of materials that are needed. The rock penetrates, cracks, and presses liquid molten glass up through a lining all the way around it. In the early 1970s, there are plans for a network of underground tube shuttles. There are tube shuttle systems leading out of the base.
So we have these tunnels under the United States now. You're saying this is a reality?
Absolutely.
When it comes to protecting national secrets, the government goes deep underground, a virtually indestructible mine filled with files, patents, and secrets. It's the place Bill Gates chose to protect some priceless artifacts, and I got to see what few eyes have seen inside Iron Mountain. Drive an hour north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's rural, rolling pastures, lazy cows, not much to see. Or so you think. Next security cameras all out here.
Yes.
Iron Mountain is one of the most protected places on Earth. The Yellow Gates guard an abandoned mine, 3 miles long and 2 miles wide, 220 feet underground, with vault after vault of historic treasures and government secrets. It's what's on those papers that makes them incredibly important. This is where the government keeps patents of countless inventions. The Social Security Administration is here. If you're a retired federal employee, your file is down here too. There's an endless maze of dark corridors that stretch into blackness. Vaults don't hold fancy jewelry or rare paintings. Vice President Chuck Dowdy tells me it needs to be worth a whole lot more. So we are looking at the future home of...
This will be the future home of Smithsonian Institute, one of their records facilities.
Iron Mountain guards real records, too. More than 700,000 original master tapes of some of the most famous and hard-to-find audio recordings.
We have Frank Sinatra's original single, Night and Day.
Night and day.
These are the recordings used to make the CDs we buy at the store. From Michael Jackson's studio masters to Seattle's own Dave Matthews Band, even the king himself.
Here's an older Elvis with some tunes on it.
There are dark secrets in the mountain, too. The charred evidence from United Flight 93 brought down by terrorists on 9/11 is heavily guarded in one of the underground vaults. It's no secret who their biggest client is.
The biggest client by number of employees would be sections of the federal government.
There are branches of the government I've never seen before, like the U.S. Investigation Services. But Dowdy is very tight-lipped about who does what and what's stored within these walls.
Do you ask them, what do you want us to hold for you?
We do. And actually our customers are very forthright in telling us whether they want us to publicize their names or they don't want anybody to know their names.
95% of their customers demand complete secrecy, and guarding the information is Iron Mountain's greatest strength.
Iron Mountain is like an underground city. They have their own water, their own sewage, their own fire department, and their own security team. And management tells me they have never, ever had a security breach.
That flawless record is why the world's richest man keeps some of the world's greatest treasures here. Bill Gates' company Corbis owns the rights to millions of historic images, one-of-a-kind originals. Corbis preserves them in Iron Mountain. These pictures are more valuable than diamonds, and they're treated that way.
So you might be wondering why Pennsylvania? Well, Iron Mountain is in Pennsylvania because of stability, 0 earthquakes. The facility has to be fail-safe because Iron Mountain is also a relocation center for many major companies in case of an emergency.
Nesta terça-feira foi lembrada nos 4 cantos do planeta a passagem bíblica que descreve a arca em que Noé reuniu todas as espécies de seres vivos para o repovoamento da terra depois do dilúvio. É que a partir de hoje, uma galeria gelada guardará sementes de vegetais do mundo todo. Quem conta é o correspondente da Rede Globo em Londres, Marcos Lozecan.
50 graus abaixo de zero. Essa ilha gelada no extremo norte da Noruega foi escolhida para a construção de uma super caixa-forte subterrânea, capaz de suportar desastres naturais como tsunamis, terremotos, enchentes, incêndios. No coração de Svalbard, uma gigantesca montanha coberta de neve, será guardado um dos maiores tesouros da humanidade. Amostras de sementes de todos os vegetais comestíveis conhecidos na Terra. Cerca de 4 milhões e 500 mil espécies. As sementes vão ficar guardadas numa galeria construída a 125 metros de profundidade. A temperatura ficará ao redor de 20 graus negativos. Segundo os cientistas que desenvolveram o projeto, esse frio é ideal para preservar as sementes para sempre. O diretor do projeto conta que virão amostras dos 4 cantos do mundo, inclusive do Brasil. A primeira remessa foi enviada por nações da África, sementes de 120 espécies de arroz. Com mudanças climáticas e catástrofes naturais ameaçando nosso planeta, tínhamos que fazer algo assim, disse hoje, durante a inauguração, o primeiro-ministro norueguês Jens Stoltenberg. O presidente da Comissão Europeia, José Manuel Durão Barroso, disse que embora o custo da obra, equivalente a 10 milhões de reais, tenha sido pago por países europeus, ninguém será dono absoluto da chave do cofre. O patrimônio é de toda a humanidade. A ideia é que esse depósito funcione como um seguro. Se uma espécie de vegetal qualquer for extinta, basta plantar as sementes que estarão guardadas no supercofre. Não é por menos que o projeto ganhou um apelido bíblico: Arca de Noé.